This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
And this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Yeah, this is Man United we're talking about. None of that negative stuff anymore. We can calm down, relax. Yeah, all you negative merchants on Saeed TV, hold that, yeah? Don't celebrate. I'm going to police that. How about that? Anyway, smash the likes. This is my channel if you didn't know before. Yeah, welcome to my little bit where I do solo lives pretty much until the weekend. But I don't know if anyone knew, but this is Manchester United we're talking about. And also, we're about to talk about Bryan and Mbeumo. Because it was only earlier where I was crashing out, but the crash out happened already. It happened already, and I'm over the moon. I'm back to being giddy. Yeah? We can believe in Amrim over here. We can believe in a small portion of Ineos, I suppose. And then, yeah, it needs to get accepted. And you lot that want to keep crashing because it fuels your hate and whatever you want to do in the mornings and through the day, that's up to you. But how about we just get excited that the flipping thing is about to close up already? Forget about the negative, the time and all of that stuff. That's happened. We'll judge it accordingly together, hopefully. I mean, you could do it by yourself. Who am I suppose? We can do it by yourself and we can move on. You know, go bake a cake. Because Giddy Cass is back. Yeah. Where's Mr. Where is Samurai? Where is Samurai at? Where's Mr. His name is Mr. the Samurai or something. Where are you at? There you are, man. Mr. Is that Mr. or MDR? Where are you at? I saw your comments. I see you ain't even been around. Yeah? Yeah, wait, come on, man. Let's judge Ineos at the end of this window, at least. Minimum. We'll see what happens next. And by the way, I'm not going to give you the news that's popped up. If you're asking if it's negative or positive, it's definitely negative. Modern Samurai, that's the one. My bad. But yeah, look, whether you share their opinions or not, we've solved a problem. It's going to get accepted. Let's be real. It's going over the line. I'm over the moon because it was, what was it? About an hour. I think it was about an hour. No, it wasn't even an hour. Imagine this. It was 15 minutes after my live ended that the whole bomber stuff dropped. And I'm not going to lie, I was fuming. When you miss a bomber like that, yeah, I think it's always me. Is it always me? Because last time I remember ending a live, we had news that come out about for us. And then I literally just ended. It's like, what am I doing? Like, what have I done to deserve this not to get the drop? But bar that, we got the drop. We talked about in Saeed's show. I'm pretty sure you're all there as well. And there's a lot of concerns and a lot of you being annoyed. But let's forget about being annoyed. It's here and it's landed. And now we're going to go into our next target when this gets accepted. I'm going from Mason Mount and Dan fucking Garnacho to Cunha and Mbeumo. Oh, my word. Oh, if you told me this last year or a year before, I would have said, who are you trying to gas up? Are you trying to piss me off on purpose? But not the case, so. Yeah? Mbeumo, Bryan Mbeumo. His name's Bryan, lads. Ladettes and Broccoli's. Bryans. You lot all wanted me to crash out. I hope none of you in here are actual Arsenal supporters or Chelsea supporters or anything along them lines. The only supporters that should be in here that are welcomed are Newcastle ones. Thank you very much. And we'll talk about that. And Aston Villa, because you definitely want Garnacho. Thank you very much for that one too. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. No, none of those three are injured, Lou. Don't worry about that. So, on that notice, yeah, let's start with this. Newcastle, you lot are absolute wonders of the transfer market. You know, it's been a good ride with you lot, and thank you. From the bottom of my heart, you saved the Premier League today. You kept Isak from Liverpool. I love that for you lot. Honestly, I was shitting bricks. yeah, the last few days knowing that this could potentially happen, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. What's this? No, I don't care about what happens with Swansea City. What's this about Garnacho? No, no one cares. So on that notice, thank you very much, Newcastle fans. You've been rejected about what? 11 times this window? Yeah? This. You're not getting Vissa no more. You're not getting Benjamin Sesko. You're not getting Ekatike. You're not getting Kudus either. You're not getting Mbeumo, right? You're not getting anyone that you want. You got Alanga. You've got our player at your club, the one that come through our ranks. Live it, eat it, breathe it. Thank you so much that led us to this moment, that this damn club put up the damn money to go and sign that absolute bald, beautiful man with a huge beard and a left foot. Love. Honestly. So yeah, thank you very much. You wanted a rivalry? Here we go. There's one. And now you can go get Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Yeah? So yeah, man. Appreciate that. I love that for us. I love that for us. And Aston Villa. If you got any fans in here that support Aston Villa, I must say thank you very much on the bottom of my heart, because now there's some movement with some of our, let's call it, assets of players. Rashford, we don't know, yeah, but thank you for taking him last year. But I must say, Garnacho will be a wonderful player with Emery. You can both speak Spanish together. You can play more low block counter attack. Exactly what you want, left or right. Sure, why not? Why not? Thank you very much. Because that means, well, how about this? We'll take Watkins off your hands. He's open. Remember, it was only earlier. Was it last night? He's open to a move to Manchester United. And then you can go take Jackson. The money we give you for Garnacho, which you basically gave us, go get Jackson. So, yeah. Let me get some of your comments in. Oh, that's nasty work. Imagine that, man. You're going from Leon Bailey and Watkins to Garnacho and Jackson is nasty. So, yeah, and also Dominic Calvert-Lewin from Vissa, Sesko, Ekatike, and the rest of the crew. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you know, I'm just... Hey, wait, what are we doing? No, we cannot be cussing Garnacho anymore, people. We're not allowed to do that. We must give him a good props. We must give him some good PR so that the Aston Villa faithful, when they do view around these... channels and they see what's good and what's popping, we're gonna have to talk about how good he really is. You know, Garnacho, a wonderful player. He just fell out with the crowd and the manager. You know, his brother done some nasty things, as like leaking. I mean, look, you lot have got a much better run club than us. You take him off our hands. Well, how about this? We wanted 70 million, but for you, 45 million, just for you. Smash the likes up, people, as well. This club's second major investor announced in April when Luka Modric joined the US-based group led by blah, blah, blah. What's that? I don't know what you're talking about. Nashis is still young. Give him time. Absolutely. He's the next Cristiano Ronaldo. Inject me with that Liverpool quote from this morning. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. They're still going to get good players, though. He was one of the top 3 in the Golden Boy in this. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. This is what happens when we come together as a fan base. It's what happens, man. We're giving you an absolute gift just for you lot. Thank you. What's the Villa? Oh, by the way, what's the Villa lot called again? Are they called Villains? Are they called Villains or something like that? Up the Villains? Is that it? I think it's that, right? Are they called Villains? We're not called Red Devils just for the sake of it. Come on. Oh, God. Jesus. Jackson is better than Sesko. Who's that? And Ekatike. Oh, we're not trying to run that. Wait, hold on. No, we're not trying to run that round here. for you, my friend, 45 million plus 10 million. Absolutely. You're not getting a big game player. Oh my God. Did you not see the bicycle kick he did against Everton? Oh, come on, man. That's worth some at least 5 to 10 million in add-ons itself. Guy is absolutely talented. He's out of this world. I'm getting giddy now. I think we're getting them Mbeumo, bro. This is the money, Brentford. Yeah. What likes are we on? Can we get the likes up? Are we in 100 likes? Because I'm preparing to get this giddiness going. And you know what? Let's talk about it properly as well. I always run this poll. Have you smashed the likes? I'm just, you know what? Yeah. On a real, I'm just glad United put up money what they can't exactly refuse at this point, because I do believe he's worth the 65 million plus the 5. I don't know what add-ons they are. To be honest, I couldn't care less what they are either, whether they're achievable or not. I'm just glad we didn't do some 60 million plus 5 and hope that they accept and take some time. I feel like United's just giving them basically, is an offer you just can't refuse at this point. So him joining up on a tour, which we do need. We really do need it to get accepted. Here we go. And guess what? That means double gas mode, double the gas mode, double the content, right? Love for that. Anyways, it's taken 45 days, and it could still take longer if we're being totally right. But I'm gonna go off what Saeed and Musa was saying. Yeah, I'm done with doing this pessimistic bullshit. I really am. Like, so what that it took all that time now? It's done. We've put up the bid. They haven't rejected it. Why can we not move on and be happy for that? And then obviously with Musa as well, I'm going to comment on it, and not disrespectfully, because Musa's a good friend. Honestly, great Muslim as well. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. Same with Saeed as well. Good people, man. So I don't want to be disrespectful, but I'm going to talk about just their opinion. So don't get the wrong idea. But they're deluded. Yeah. With Saeed, yeah, you can try to play the game as much as he needs to, and he's got every right to do so. But it's about what they do after this now. They got another, 6 weeks till the end of the window. Why can't we judge Ineos based off that and that alone, right? And same thing with Musa, right? You can talk about what we did back in the day, 2016 and everything along them lines, but we're actually trying to solve something all in one window right now, if that makes sense. Like all the other times when you go get Di Maria's, or let's say you go get Pogba's, we've needed to refresh the whole midfield, like not just one side. We need like 2 or 3. And for once, something similar to Liverpool when they refreshed their whole midfield, we're refreshing our whole attack. We're refreshing the whole thing. So why can I not get, or should I not be quite excited that that could be the case? I mean, look, in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, I could be stressed again, right? Because we ain't got Watkins, or we're taking 3, 4 weeks. My whole thing is just wait. Patience is a virtue. Literally, patience is a virtue. But I can hear every frustration that comes from you United fans that are pissed off with Ineos, because it's pissed me off as well. We're paying more money when we never needed to, right? The price went up. But if we go and get our said centre mid and striker, and maybe the goalkeeper, which I highly doubt at this rate, I think it will be a backup goalkeeper, max. Maybe that is his name Victor John Victor, that dude, whoever it may be. I don't mind. It's the realism of it all, and also it's all the moaning from the start of this in the first place. That's what kind of gets on my nerves a little bit. I know the last few weeks for me is definitely justified. I've been pissed off the last week and a half, the last 9-10 days, but it's not ideal. Obviously, the situation is not ideal, but sitting around complaining all the time is just not within me. I can't be bothered. Hence why I didn't even start this channel last year or during the whole shitty United campaign, because there's nothing to really get behind. I'm not saying there is now, but at least give it a chance. I know we've bought players and they've come in and we've all turned on them, but if that's the mentality of us fans going into anybody that we buy, then what's the point? You're coming here to support your club, right? And I'm not going to tell you lot how to support. You can moan and support. You can do it in a moany way, or you can do it in a more toxic, positive way, or you can do it my way, where I just get giddy and I'm just absolutely brain dead at times, right? Nothing gets through to me until the final end. I'm not right exactly in all of this, but it's about what happens now in the next 6 weeks, what happens on pre-season, and do we get the next one over the line? I think the fact, I didn't even think of it like this, but United's the most two expensive signings throughout this whole window is now sorted. It's now done. Mbeumo, Cunha, 63, 70 million. We spent 130 million. We made 20 million in sales. Sure, if you want to cut that off, and Jadon Sancho's, you could do all the net profit that you don't want. I couldn't even care less about that part at this moment. It's about how swift can these not move. Because right now, I'm not going to act like a hypocrite. Jason Wilcox, that's his name, yeah? Jason Wilcox, Omar Barada's more of a CEO, and he's talking the talk. So the guys are actually doing the actual business. For me, they're under the microscope. They really are. Because we can't have, let's say we do have a good season. Let's say we do, and it's a little bit difficult to see at this point, considering we need like a good 3, 4, 5, 6 players overall. But we need a said good 11. What happens next time when we go into the next summer, even after a good season, and you're taking 7, 8 weeks, because we definitely will need key targets next year. Central midfielders, whether it's Adam Walton or Belabers, or I don't know, maybe we need another central centre-back or a goalkeeper. How quick can we get these negotiations done? And I know United's got like different places that are available, recently with the senior head of recruitment and Vivel, whatever. I'm not all clued up on that part, but it will always come down to is like time of the essence, speed, all of that. And it has prolonged, but I'm buzzing. There's no reason to not be buzzing over this. And I know it's more of a relief than probably buzzing overall for you guys, but at least we're doing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we thought that we were going into this completely broke. These are liars. We now know. We're learning about Ineos as we go along as well. Even I'm learning. I don't like everything. You know, that decision to keep Ten Hag overall was an absolute travesty. And I do believe that's what set us back. And even this gardening leave for, you know, getting Dan Ashworth and then Sir Jim Ratcliffe saying that was, you know, a facade. He thought it was more credible than he first thought or initially thought. Goes to show that when it comes to doing his due diligence, that these lot might not be clued up in that kind of field. But I feel like most owners, when they do come into the fold, from recent anyways, they do take a little while to get themselves going and get things correct. I'm not saying that these lot are, but there's a long way to go. I said I'll judge Ineos based off the next few years, but this summer is proven to be a lot more crucial than what's going to happen in Project 2027, 28, when they're talking about new stadiums and all that bullshit, right? There's going to be more outrages. It's about the next one. But for me and you lot who do support United, now we're going into a season when it does get accepted, knowing that, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of knew this was happening like 2-3 days ago anyways, but it was always about the amount. But for me, it's like we've gone from, and I'm going to keep saying it. I'm going to get through to your comments, so please get your comments in. And also, you know what? Where's everyone tuning in from? There's over 500 people in here. So let me know where you're actually tuning in from in the world, because I'm very much interested. I'm always interested to see where you guys are from, especially if you're a new subscriber. So don't forget to subscribe, like, because then you know when I'm going live again, yada, yada, yada. Right. But we're going into a season where, you know what, even if we do come up against Arsenal, we've got Cunha and Mbeumo, right? And probably another player at that point, knowing that, you know what, at least when it comes to these attacks, we're going to be a lot more potent. You know, when it does come to holding up the ball and the midfield and the defense can get up, I know that these two can hold up the ball as good as the next man, right? Press resistance as well. You know, when it comes down to the finishing area, like I don't think anyone grasps tactically as well, but let alone just the profile alone, what that really does for our team overall. You know, I'm absolutely buzzing at the fact that I've got two players that are guaranteeing me personally, and I feel like I'm obliged to say this, that I'm going to at least get a minimum of about 12, 13 Premier League goals altogether. And I know that's not enough, but I'm saying as a minimum, and then whatever assist they want to get, that's totally up to them. To be fair, they might even assist each other. But from there, and then we'll see what happens from there. There's a long way to go, but it's a positive direction minimum. Minimum. What's this? Where you? Ohio, Nigeria, fucking hell, all the way over there. I mean, we're reaching, this channel's reaching Africa, love. And all the way in Malaysia. Hey, come on. Boston, Camden, big up yourself. Belgium. Flipping hell, YouTube's huge, isn't it, when you deep it? The amount of places, Bulgaria, New Jersey, Atlanta. Do you think that 70 million for Mbeumo is too much? No. You just bought Gittins for like 55 million. I'm not trying to hear that shit. Salford, big up, man. I'm always around that area. Southampton, South Africa. I'm gonna guess. I don't know. That doesn't show up for me, but I'm gonna guess that. What's flag is this? Is that Zimbabwe or? I'm not too sure. Like, it's not. I can't see. It just says ZA. We got Detroit, Kenya. Sick. Loads of. Catch your delusion has also reached India. As long as my delusion is shared upon the other deludes, we're all deluded together. Jamaica, big up, man. Ghent, where's that? Is that in Belgium? So yeah, man, big up to everyone wherever you're from, man. Make sure you smash the likes. It's always interesting. And also, we've also got a Discord. If anyone, especially Man United fans, if you're a United fan and you want a Discord and you want a good football group, it does get moderated very, very good. Like, there's no toxic behaviors. And if you do get booted out or get warned, then the Discord link is literally right there. The flag is in South Africa. Okay. I didn't realize that. I thought that would be SA. Islamabad. That's in, where is that? Is that Iraq? Or is it Pakistan? Is that not the capital of Pakistan? I think it is, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Let me check it. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, my geography is not that bad. Love that, man. The Lulu FC is where we are at, man. You know what it is? I'm just seeing a lot of rivals coming for us. But I mean what I said on Saeed's show as well. Like, I'm quite I'm just quite bored of the United fan base being so, slashed into. And we're always gonna have a difference of opinion, but when I mean slashed into, it's just like you got one group against another. And I mean, time will only tell. Look, time and actual evidence on the field, then we can really have a little go and say, you know what, Amrim's good enough or not, let alone Ineos as a group, if they're going to be the ones that push us forward or not. But I just can't wait for that. But until then, I don't think a lot of us have a lot of patience, considering we did finish 15th. So I can't even, when I deep it, you can't really have a go at anyone that has lost total faith, because we're pretty much all of that part. But Bryan and Mbeumo lift the spirits. At least. Nah, Harry Guerrero's getting a new contract, no chance. I don't like him either that much. He's an okay player. Getting gassed over a Brentford player. It's a bit like Liverpool fans getting gassed over Wijnaldum when he got relegated, or someone like Robertson when he got relegated. You know what I'm saying? Imagine that. Imagine getting gassed over a player that's done really well for a smaller club. What's the point? You know what? Chelsea fans should never have got gassed over Caicedo. Neither should have Liverpool fans, because it was Bryan, right? Free Mbeumo. Look, our rivals are shaking in their boots. I don't think a Stupiñán's going to come. I really don't think. I see that there was a bid from AC Milan recently, and they're open to selling as well. So look right there, as you can see, there's a sell. So I don't think we're going to get him, and I'm not totally sold on him personally. I think there must be better quality out there. Really should. Casper will be good this season. Inshallah, we will. We still got a lot more to do, man. 2 signings is not going to make the overall difference. Really and truly, as for me anyways, not for you guys, but for me, I want to aim for those, obviously, a Champions League spot, because I still feel like there's no excuse. We saw what teams usually, when they go into, Europe, not all of them can sustain that. If you're not Arsenal, if you're not Man City, Liverpool's, you can't really sustain that push, right? Chelsea as well, we'll see what happens there. It's going to be a tough year. But when it comes down to this one game a week, you've got rest. You should be going for the cups. My expectations is still going for the cups, right? And still finishing in a high position. Europa League next year for me is not an option. It really isn't. If you want to go and get said players that are going to come into your team next year and build something great, then aiming for 6th and 5th and being happy with that is not the way forward. Not for me. When you've got one game a week, you see how it does for Newcastle, right? You saw what one game a week done for Aston Villa before they got into the Champions League. They didn't really have to put out a squad when they were in the what's it called? The Conference League. Conference League is basically one game a week. There's not really much of an excuse to fall behind, especially if you're getting said players, right? Even pre-season, we need to see something from Amorim that we can get behind and say, you know what, this might work in the season. But pre-season will always be pre-season. Whether you win, draw, or lose, it does not really matter. If you're cooking a little bit, fine. But you can't really get gassed over it, not in my opinion. But you can be happy that you got a game under your belt or you've won. So yeah, my whole concern really now is, and I've said it weeks ago, is the whole AFCON thing. From what I read up, if I remember correctly, for the fixtures, you lot might be able to remind me a little bit better. Mbeumo, Mazraoui are going to be 2 key players that end up in AFCON. So will Ahmad. And they're in good countries as well. They're not wash countries. They're really good. Morocco's going to go far. Cameroon, they're going to go really far. For me, anyways. Ivory Coast are the latest winners. They're going to go far. To these rounds. It might not be long, but you're going to miss out. You could miss out on big fixtures, especially the first 2 fixtures, which is actually Man City and Aston Villa. And I think there's another big opponent in there. I just can't remember. And then a few wishy-washy ones, right? And from there, it's like, are we going to cope? I think Mazraoui, you can cover that area a little bit more simple when you've got Delo, when you've got like Euro and stuff like that. He might not even be a key star. We don't know what this manager's going to do. But when it comes to the likes of how good is Manu going to be? How much minutes is he going to get? And also on top of that, Xerxes, can he step up to the plate? Is he going to be a striker? Is he going to be looked at as a right winger? We sincerely underestimate what the impact that could really do to our team for the campaign. And you know what? Injuries as well. We know Mazraoui in the past to pick up injuries. Same with Ahmad. Not really Mbeumo, to be fair. Have I missed out on anybody else? So, yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult. It is going to be a little bit difficult, but this is where the manager, is got to look at his team and, go and coach. Because we're not the only team that's going to miss out on AFCON as well. There's other teams, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Arsenal got any after Partey, but the likes of Liverpool missed out on Mo Salahs and stuff. And Man City's going to miss out on Nori and whoever else that they've got going on. it's going to affect everyone. You know, even Belabor for Brighton. Are you going to have a system where you can kill these teams? Yes or no? It's as simple as that for me. It's the technical ability will mess badly with these players. We'll be a bit mad without them. Yeah, and we'll see what happens. You know, again, I feel like... What are you on about? Have I missed an update? I ain't seen that. I ain't seen none of that. No, I ain't seen that. Why are you getting me guessed? Stop doing that. But I feel like the technical flaws can definitely be sustained. It's the more the physicality part. You know, when you do miss out, when you do lose out on the likes of Mbeumo and Ahmad, you're losing a lot of athleticism and physicality for me, because Ahmad's really good at holding up the ball. He's got a good core. You know, his balance is very key, and so is Mbeumo's. And it's like, when you put who's going to be the other right wing back, but then who's going to be the left wing back if Dorgu is to go to the other side? There's a lot of questions. We'll get there when we get there. But it's the physical flaw, and, you know, how fit is Manu going to be? Can he get across the pitch as quick as possible? We forget that we do have these talented players, but we got to get the best out of them, you know? That's my part with Amorim, that's it. But we'll get there, and we'll have a lot of confidence depending on how the first 5, 6, 7, 8 games go, because we got a hard fixture list. I think we got the hardest in the whole league. So if we get past the first 6, 7 fixtures, I'm going to say, let's say the first 6, then I'm going to be more than confident that we're going to do bits. So yeah, let's see a bit of coaching. Even Onana, we forget about this. He's also from Cameroon, right? If I'm correct, he's same as Mbeumo. When he leaves, what about our second goalkeeper? You know, Onana's not the greatest, but he's definitely not the worst as we make him out to be. But Yinde's way worse than him. The second goalkeeper part is, for me, you have to get that sorted, man. That has to be a thing. I want Onana to be banished out of this club, but it looks like we're stuck with him for now, right? But is our second goalkeeper going to push him, or maybe get that first spot as well? It needs to happen now. I'm really in a lot of hopium mode that Vitek is something decent. And if you're going to go get this Victor guy, then please, he looked quite good in the Club World Cup for Botafogo, but please let him be something decent as well. I've got this whole thing that I just want a European and go, and now Vanya Milenkovic-Savic is going. So yeah, it's a whole recipe, man. It really is. And we'll see if we get there. But boy, make sure you subscribe. What likes are we on? Let me go double check. Subscribing is new. I need more subscribers. They go a long way. Let me see if Mina's still live as well. Is Mina still live? You know I don't do lives for that long. She is live. She's got good amount watching as well. Cass, what's your rep football kits plug? I need one. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Do you know where I got my kits? You know my 3 Man United tops that are coming? All 3 of them, by the way. All 3 of them. I got them off the TikTok shop. That's it. 13 quid. 13 pounds for the TikTok shop. I'm not kidding. Hey, that place is elite, man. I don't care if they're fake jerseys or anything like that, bro. They're all the same to me, man. They're all the same to me. I'm not trying to go get an authentic player kit or nothing like that, so I'm not worried. But yeah, that one there, go in the TikTok shop, man. Bargain hunter. You telling me 13 pounds? Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Bit of my you know when you got the sponsor, oh, it's coming off because I washed it and it's not great quality, maybe, or something along. I'll just go get another one. 13 pounds. Come on, man. I'm not trying to fund Glazers. You must be out of your mind. You must be out of your damn mind. Then again, Ineos need as much money as possible. As much money as possible. Cass, when did you become an Ineos bootlicker? The time when I gave people a chance, you know? That's what. I give people chances. I give situations chances until I can't anymore. Because that's what it's about, being human, you know? Anyways, let's go raid Mina. Just write Cass raid up. We're going to be live maybe again later on. Might not. Might just let this just simmer. And if we get a here we go, we get a here we go. I've been streaming for 5 hours straight and I'm starving. I'm sweating and I smell like shit. So on that notice, I'm out. Cass raid it up. Subscribe if you're new. And we're back on Never a Foul at some point in the future.